How y'all doing? How your mama them doing? Mama doing good?
Don't know
good.
it.
I just want to say something. I want everybody to, when you go back to your community, I want you to tell, I don't care if they're Palestinian, Syrian, Caucasian, black, the same war that's going on, that Muslims are dying in Syria, is the same war Muslims dying in Palestine, is the same war that people are selling dope across the street in the Mass Street in Harlem, New York. It's all the same.
That's right.
And if you want to pick out certain things to stand for, that one will overcome, take everything. We got to unify. This place should be packed. Go home and tell everybody that, all right?
Get him.
So, I want to talk about, there's a lot of youth here, this hip-hop, this music industry. And the imagery it sells, and it tricks you, right? It makes you think that everything you see on BET and MTV is real. And a lot of kids are imitating that. But they love it. The people in power love it. They love it when you claim to be a Crip, a gangster, pimp player, hustler, a diva, instead of a Muslim. They love it.
Yeah.
How come they love you? How come they love you when you sell your soul? Consider you fly when brothers die from the lies you told, stage fright. You have traded the lights from your grave for stage lights. And the truth is, no one will clap for you at your gravesite.
Yeah.
You'll be alone. Just you in that pine box. Don't be thinking about them 5 yachts or 9 shots when time stops. And another rapper with a platinum and ice the label gave you for sacrificing your life. Gave you for cheating on your wife at home with them kids. So many sleepless nights, nightmares in the daytime from a sleepless life. Just sign. Just sign. Sign at the dotted line. Never mind the price, a fast life or a slow death. So give him a round of applause, right? You see Lil Wayne, you see 2 Chainz, you see Jay-Z, you see Kanye. Give him a round of applause and put a plaque on his wall. For the man who had everything in this life but in the eyes of Allah had nothing at all. Give him a round of applause. Maybe a soul clap. Maybe a soul clap will get his soul back, but he's sold back for weed and dope tracks. Maybe even a standing ovation. Maybe a standing ovation for the pain he's facing, for trading Jinnah for a worthless nation. Just clap. Clap for him. Clap for him until your hands bleed. And you can get that man every video vixen and $1 million and it still won't help that man breathe. No plan A or plan B, and regardless of his fancy jets and private cars, he will only move at God's speed. And the biggest stage he will ever see is when Allah hands him his deeds and orders him to read. Read. Iqra. Read in the name of Allah who created you. What will you read? Because you love this world. And you traded this world for that paradise. So every time your hand rolled to paradise, you hit it for the fire, but you looking nice. Your body gonna burn wearing all the ice. Subhanallah. You wouldn't trade a Benz for a bike. Wouldn't trade a big airplane for a kite. So why trade heaven just to live this life? Astaghfirullah, kid, you really ain't thinking right. Did you forget Prophet Job? Did you forget Prophet Job almost lost his life, his health, his wealth, his kids and wife? But he was thankful to Allah that he had his sight, and he was thankful to Allah that he made it through the night. Never complained because he knew he would have had it right. You praise Allah for some crumbs and a piece of rice. Some of y'all complain about a lot of stuff. Some of y'all give up and be hopeless. Allah says, don't give up hope. Some of y'all give up hope. Oh man, this money ain't coming in. Oh man, my wife ain't doing this. Oh man, my wife don't cook for me. Oh man, I can't get to Jordan. Did you forget Prophet Job almost lost his life? His health, his wealth, his kids and wife. But he was thankful to Allah that he had his sight. And he was thankful to Allah he made it through the night. Never complained because he knew he ain't had it right. Praise Allah for some crumbs and a piece of rice. Because he knew he would feast in the afterlife. Better submit, keep your eyes on the paradise. Don't fall in love with this world, this world, this world. This world, don't fall in love with it. If I can't get a big house and big cars, and it's mashallah. If I'm not rich and my life is real hard, then it's mashallah. I keep my eyes on the afterlife. I figure if I live my life with just figures, I'm losing paradise. It's do or die for that milk and honey with bluer sky. With pretty women forever living, you never die. A vision, what would that vision will leave you paralyzed? But when you see the hellfire, it will make you cry. Bodies burning, a million people who used to lie. You traded Jannah for this life, I'm asking why. You traded heaven for this life, meet your demise. The prophet told you to live right, you never tried. Your brother called you to come pray. Your brother called you to come pray. You run and hide. Because you was weak and you couldn't bear the sacrifice. You couldn't bear to sacrifice a little bit of sleep, a little bit of money. You couldn't bear to sacrifice this world. I never ask a man for help, I ask Allah. And think about death, so I stay in as-sarat. And when no one's looking, you sneak and give zakat. Allahu la ilaha, shaitan leaving out my spot. You rush to work, but you late for salat. A Muslim never brags, but his actions say a lot. You don't care astaghfirullah. You don't share astaghfirullah. You for the cops. You for the cops, but you have no taqwa. You want a piece of the prophet. You want a piece of the prophet, but not peace for the prophet. You want a piece of the prophet, but not peace for the prophet. You want a piece of the prophet, but not peace for the prophet. See that money is your Lord, so you worship an object. You don't focus on your deen, no spiritual deposit. It's the message and the messenger. Protected like Sahabas. Gotta clean out my closet like Muhammad did the Kaaba. Stay away from the falana when death is upon you. So you run the colleges, but don't run the Malanas. No kitab, no Quran. You learn words to a song. Hypnotized by a thong. You ain't watching for shaitan. You ain't watching for shaitan. You ain't watching for shaitan. You watch the weight you put on. Fantasized by calories while Palestine count casualties. Sheikhs at grave recite Yasin over anatomies. And your reality is Applebee's. See, Johnny was hanging slaves from apple trees, no apple seeds, just lowercase lies and capital catastrophes. Bold print blasphemy, like tally script idolatry. So you can find me where the scholars be, and there's gonna be extreme pain in the end. And I ain't talking about sodomy, like the city of loot. Fiends get gritty for loot. You know that cash, that skrilla, that dough, that for loose. Brother, have you forgotten? Sister, have you forgotten? Brother, have you forgotten? Always shaitan is plotting. Busied you with this dunya, now your soul is so rotten. God created the sun, he have no son, none is begotten. And if you go Dolene in the dark, Allah is watching. Wallah.